For the video portion of our project, we've decided to do an interview with the two main characters of the book.
But the characters in the book don't have names, so Mike's going to play the narrator and Jordan's going to play the brother.
This is our interpretation of what the interview might look like.
You have the most encounters with the Martians with you.
Yes, it was a scary and long journey.
Who is this with you, your brother?
Yes, this is my brother.
Where do you guys live?
I live in Woking.
But I live in London.
What was your life like before the Martians came to Earth?
I had a nice, quiet life with my wife, writing and researching.
I was a medical student working for an
Where
examination.
were you when the Martians first attacked?
I was at Horsell Common when the first cylinder landed. Ogilvy found me in Woking and told me about it when the cylinder was opening, so I had a first row view for the attack, so to speak. It used its heat ray and burned the common when Ogilvy and the others ran towards it with white flags.
I was still in London. No one in London knew about the attacks.
What was your first encounter with the Martians?
I first saw one when the cylinder opened. He was struggling to move and convulsing. He could barely breathe in our atmosphere.
First time I encountered the Martians, I was still in London. Spreading a thick black smoke across the prior towns. Everyone was running. Yeah.
How would you describe how the Martians looked?
I got a look at them before they got their metal bodies. They had two luminous disc-shaped eyes and tentacles as thick as walking sticks with lots of wrinkles. They also had a peculiar V-shaped mouth with an overlip and no chin or brow line.
With their metal bodies, they looked like shields with tripods with guns.
How did you see the Martians communicate with each other?
When I saw the Martians, I just assumed they were telepathic, communicating with one another.
One time in London, they communicated with sounding like howls that ran up and down the scales from one to another.
Do you think there was one major thing you did that helped you survive the spell? What was it?
Yes, the one thing I think that helped me stay alive was I went and hid in this house. It later collapsed, and then the Martians showed up right outside. I ended up staying there for 15 days before they left, and that was probably the one thing I did that kept me alive.
I believe I was getting on a steamboat just to completely get out of London. I think that was the smartest move I made since we just left the shoreline when the Martians hit the docks.
What was your motivation to stay alive?
My main motivation was to see my wife again. The last time I saw her, I left her at her cousin's house in Leatherhead.
I just wanted to see my brother and the rest of
What
them.
kind of people did you run into on your escape from the Martians?
Most of the time, it was just dead bodies, but I did meet a helpful artilleryman in a Curitan that saved me once, and then he almost got us caught by the Martians several times.
I saved two women from men trying to get to the carriage. I spent most of my time with them until we got to the steamboat. They were sweet, but very scary.
Lastly, what were your lives like after the Martians died?
After I learned that the Martians were dead, I went back home. It took a while, but I was reunited with my wife, and it took us a long time to get back to how we were before.
I as well spent time rebuilding my life to where it was before all this came about.
Thank you both for your time explaining to us what happened. I hope you liked our project.